Welcome, everybody. This is the championship final of the World 4-Player Chess Championships. We're about to get started here as I am inviting the players and going to shuffle their colors. Looks like we have a match already. Reza will have the red, Valgar will have the blue, Raku89 will have the yellow, and Oleg Barantsev will have the green. So let's get this thing started. This is game one. Game one of the championship final Sicilian opening. Raku decides to go for the standard. Oleg is going to do the Sicilian Caro-Kann. And yeah, so somebody in the chat said $34.99. Yes, Valgar is the only player to have ever reached 3,500 in 4-player chess when the old rating system was the way it was. The knight to d3 move, by the way, I need to show coordinates. Knight to d3 move is novelty, I think, in the opening. I've not seen that one played before. This could be the Reza's Raku variation and the standard Sicilian Caro-Kann opening. So we do have Hammer and Alexander Botez in here. Thank you guys so much for Twitch streaming this event. So Oleg and Valgar were threatening a mate on g2 and h3 squares. And now Blue's queen is under attack, so Blue has to move the queen to a safe square, and also be aware of the mate threat on him if he gets his queen attacked and Red decides to go here, and you know, if Blue puts his queen here, for example, the bishop could go here, the queen could go here, and that could be a problem. And now the bishop could go here. Green has to come up with some sort of counterattack, maybe the queen here, for example, if the bishop does go here. But the bishop going here would have been a problem for this E13 square long term, so I could see why he didn't do that. But it would be a forced queen trade. Okay, so yes, as predicted, there is a queen trade very early. There is a correction needs to be made. I only when I typed in this is game one of blah blah blah, I typed in Grandmaster Dmitry Kononenko's name, but I didn't type out the Wojciech, Reza, and Tomasz Warakomski, their names. So my apologies. But there are 3 title players playing in this match. It's incredible. Queen e4, knight c5 coming, says not sissy. Well, if queen e4 and then knight c5, oh, not sure. Queen f10, very confusing, he says. And now the knight can hit the blue queen. Yeah. The knight can hit the blue queen and threaten a check. And if Raku actually moves his queen to oh yeah, and that's left a weakness now. This is a problem. Now Blue has to give up the queen, and soon he'll be losing a rook. Ooh. Raku found a weakness in Oleg's camp. And now, there go the queens. The queens are off the board. But now, it looks to me like Looks to me like a rook is missing from this game now for on blue. Is it just an exchange? I mean, green can eventually push his pawn here, but I don't see how that will be the way forward. I think he'll push his pawn here, take, and then the bishop will go here to stop the entire exchanges. Oh, and that actually this now forces the bishops off the board, and also red will just be up a rook now. Oh, and a bishop. Oh yeah, but now the bishop will be recaptured back basically. So team red yellow will be up a rook, and Reza and Raku will be a strong favorite to win. MDK says, I can't believe Valgerd is losing this. Well, we have proven through our 12-3 and 13-5 championship records respectively that yes, both teams are not insurmountable. And much credit to Grandmaster Dmitry for having a 3,500 record in the old times when nobody else was even passing 3,200. But yes, everybody is fallible in this game. So still up a rook. So now if Raku takes the pawn on here, then blue has an open file, so it would be a mistake. So right now I'm definitely listening to the commentary by Alexandra and John. And they're talking about en passant. So this year there will be no en passant, but maybe next year. And en passant will become mainstream pretty soon. There was a whole bunch of questions about what would likely be happening. Well, if en passant, then both players have open files, so that's the risk you take. So yeah, it is now a knight for a rook, and Oleg goes with the interesting decision to castling. And 4-player chess teams, it is bad early on to castle. But now that the queens are off the board, it is okay because it also enables rook activity. There is an open file for green. The two title players were up a rook early, but it seems that they have lost the knights. And now we have 35 spectators. It's incredible. All right, so let's see if it's on Alexander Rotez and John Ludwig Hammer's channel. It is now also on chess.tv, chess.com/TV. So finally, we've made it. This championship is now featured. Bishop takes L9. Okay, so what he plans on doing actually is to take on L9 with the pawn, and both knights are now going to be under attack. So he will capture the knight here, yes. And then if blue finds something to So now the knights are exchanged. It is still a knight for a rook. And if, oh, there could be a pawn push here. Pawn push! Pawn push, hitting the rook, and now the knight is under attack. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there we go. Saw that coming. And this pawn could become a queen if not looked at. But now, yeah, red and yellow are definitely winning material-wise, but green is going to figure out something to do with his rooks. As we can see here, it is just up a rook for red. Yeah. So there's a lot going on. Bishop h4 blunder. "42 spectators. That's incredible. 42 spectators. Is it 0-1 now? 0-1 as in Reza and Raku being the winners here as the... Wow. A little bit more respect for that. Please, yeah. A little bit more respect for the commentators, though. They're not 4PC players, but I did witness them, and they have it on their channels as well. They beat one of the players who ended up finishing 6th place, and that is Liquid Sun. And they played the double Sicilian opening and got them to blunder the queens and ended up winning with checkmate. So Alexandra Botez and John Ludovic Hammer are not somebody you want to be overconfident in playing an actual four-player chess game. Still a rook up for team red and yellow. Looking for some activity. So yeah, you have to look out for Valgar and Oleg Barantsev. Because they can go for mate when the other players are up material. You have to watch. You have to watch out for them. Oh, so I guess the team was wondering why the question mark was on Oleg Barantsev's name. That's because he had a provisional rating in the new rating system. It is now a knight for a rook and a bishop. No longer. Oleg and Valgar are catching up. And yeah, the active rooks were an enormous compensation for Team Blue and Green. And now Reza and Reku are actually struggling. All moves are Valgar. Well, I think most. Oleg has been following a lot of arrows since Valgar has been just proving over and over again to be one of the very best. Now the bishop goes to h1. There's not a whole lot Red could do. Blue and green are now moving in on red. Ooh. Yeah, Rezak's gonna have to be passive now. Valgar could probably take the knight. Yeah, he could take the knight so that he's not checked. And look at their clocks. Blue can win a bishop now with the knight to f9, if that's even necessary. Red is actually under a whole lot of attack. And he's pushing a pawn now, I guess. He's basically run out of moves in his camp that would be safe. And now Blue's going to win back the bishop. He may not even need to right now. Blue's knight can check yellow. It's a pretty big comeback. If Valgar can just take the rook, he doesn't even need to do that. I actually think that rook takes was a better move here. Now, yellow doesn't even have to worry about anything. He has lost all his material. And pretty soon blue will just be able to win material from red. Now, both teams have piece eliminations on one end. Oleg no longer has pieces, and Raku 89 no longer has pieces. But red has, or blue, red has more Blue has more material. And the green king can now march over and checkmate red king, and not long from now. I mean, it actually pretty soon just mate. King will go to J3 now. And basically, there's no stalemate on the table. So I think this will go to Grandmaster Valger and chessbook author Oleg Barantsev. So congratulations, Valger and Oleg, for winning game 1. We're going to see a rematch, and we're going to see it. So it will be Valger and Oleg Barantsev with the red and yellow pieces. Next game, it will be Oleg with red and Valger with yellow, and it'll be Orku with blue and Reza with green. This is interesting. Raku and Rezex are going for very. Oh wait. So this is different. They're playing the same team Scandinavian, I call it, with the Icy Stun Rezex defense. So this is the Icy Stun Rezex game. So now Rezex is really thinking about how he's going to. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a check on green now. So now, basically it's basically a Karakhan on one side, transpose Karakhan on one side, and a free-for-all opening on the other. This is quite different. SX is going to hit the queen, but now the queen will move to a square that could potentially hurt green. But now, red and yellow have to be careful. If Raku pushes his pawn forward and hits the queen, the yellow queen, then the knight can check. I think Raku could have probably gone here and it would have been fine. Oh, but then just checkmate. Never mind, I take that back. And yeah, I think this is just mating. Oleg and Valger have been very aggressive with their queens, and it now has paid off. Yeah, I think this is just over. Check and checkmate coming very, very soon. Red checks, and yellow puts his queen here, and then takes the rook and takes the bishop. So this will be GG. And blue sacks the bishop, then the pawn or the bishop just recaptures, and yeah, they're discussing arrows right now. It's over. Nothing Reza could do. GG. Ooh, queen out. Yeah, stalemates. Yeah, there's basically no need for anything to be done on yellow's end. He could just move the king out if he wanted to, but now that's just mates. That's just mates. It's over. Game 2 is done, and Valger will have 2-0 on the scoreboard. So now I will invite them all to a rematch. Oleg will start with pretty standard. Sicilian here. That is a surprise. I usually see them play the... Okay. Oh, all right. Well, now this is going to be the main line, modern Sicilian. Wojciech is thinking about the Valkyr defense. Ooh, Valkyr defense it is. Reza is now using the Valkyr defense. Yes. And now the queen has to defend the knight here. So I do remember this variation and the Valkyr defense. And blue does get in trouble here. And if red, I think red marches his knight over here if they try to do all sorts of attacks on him. I think actually, I think there is a way to get the yellow and blue queens off the board, but I think it has to be done via blue sacking his queen and yellow getting attacks. And now bishop takes can be met by bishop to e2. But now the knight can go there, so that's a problem. But even then, queen can move here. So the queen goes here, it could attack the pawn, it could also threaten a check in the long term. Queen I7. Queen I7 or Queen I5, I think. Queen here and knight check would be quite interesting, given that the 9 will be pinned. Oh, but now the blue bishop is now pinning the yellow queen, so let's push. They didn't manage to take the queen. Yeah, I don't think green's knights are going to do anything about. Yeah, he could just check green, and green will have nothing to do with stopping mates. And if, ooh, he should have checked. He should have checked green. Oh, probably wouldn't matter though, because now knight here results in that. Queen here. And now just check on this square or this square. A4, A8. Both are great options. Oh, and now pawn push. Pawn push is checkmate. Pawn push is checkmate. There we go. 3-0. And the rematch is on. All right, we're going Sicilian with the Sicilian English. The accelerated Sicilian English variation. Okay. Knights are underrated. Yes, true. Oleg's looking to trade queens. Forty spectators again. Will there be a possibility of Rezex and Raku 89 being a game on the board? We'll see. They're trading. So one thing to note about this pawn capture is that the rook file is now open, so the green rook can get in the game pretty fast if he wants, as long as he's getting ahead of his bishop. Ooh, double attack. Very interesting decision by Valger to sacrifice his queen. And now there's a check coming towards red. Knight e5 is losing. Hmm. It's two knights for a rook now. Three knights for a bishop and a rook. Ooh, you don't want to do that, actually. Ooh, I think rook to a5 is better. But I think he wants to defend the knight. So he hasn't moved his, so he doesn't have to move his rook twice. Two knights for two bishops. And now another knight is going down. This could definitely be winning for red and yellow now. So now it is up to red to watch his material. He has two bishops still in the game, so it'd be advisable for him to hold on to them. He can. But now is basically red and yellow now up a bishop and a 4-3 exchange. Ooh. So now the yellow rook needs to get on 6 file to stop the green pawn from pushing. Gotta do it, otherwise you're gonna lose a bishop. Ooh, no, don't want to do that. Yeah, actually, but now green's gonna get a queen. Oh my gosh. I don't think it is ending the way we're expecting it. I think I was actually going to say the same thing. Voloski, doing this and that would have been effective. And now yellow has to watch out for his king. And blue and green get their rooks involved too quickly. This game might be turning around. First a mismate, and now yeah, a little late for that red. Okay, now it's 2 checks possible here. Oh no. Oh, they're doing it. Well, too late. Oh, too late. Oh, this is gonna be king capture if they don't watch out. Actually, I think this king can move up. Hmm. You have to check the green king now, otherwise it's mates. Interesting. Ooh, pawn push. It's not over yet. Okay. Now, ooh, check. Bishop takes and then check. Bishop takes and then check. Bishop takes pawn, check. Oh my goodness. Yes, yellow sees it. And now they're going to be up a bishop. Check. Nice, nice work. Red and yellow and now have pieces. And, oh, is that mate? Is that mate? It's not, yeah, the pawn could block on d10. And now, ooh, the blue bishop's going to be lost now. The blue bishop's going to be gone. Or the knight. Or pawn will push itself. Ooh, take. This has been a very shifty game. And now blue has blocked off all possibilities of green queening here. The only thing green can do now is promote, so this is pretty advantageous for red-yellow. However, it's not over yet. They have to watch over queening. 54 spectators in And the official viewer count for the stream is 911, which is almost 1,000. It is interesting that we have finally got into an endgame between the 3 title players and the chess author. So the commentators are saying something about getting kings in the center. Yeah, getting kings in the center can stop pawns from being pushed, but you have to be careful of the dreaded VRD, TMR, and Gustav Klimpene's checkmates, which has happened before in games where you're just down to 2 pawns. You can actually checkmate somebody. That's actually a very neat observation. Had the yellow bishop gone here, the green king would have moved and the blue would have taken here. And the red pawn would have had to give himself up. Now, you have to watch out for stalemates if you take all the pawns. Oh my goodness. That was a quick turnaround. This So this is quite an endgame right here. It's very important that kings stay out of the way of pawn checks. And that's the other drawback of being in the center. So you have to watch out for stalemate. Yet again, you have to watch out for stalemate. There's a defense. Is yellow in Zugzwang actually? It's actually possible he's in Zugzwang. He has to move his king, basically. They're looking for stalemates. And yellow's going to push, not take. So the 4th game is about to end, and it will be almost 2 hours into the match. So we're almost on schedule. Again, blue and green can actually stalemate themselves if they are very good and lucky. I like that red and yellow's pawns are on different files. Still have to be careful of the blue bishop. And you don't want to get your king on a dark square because there could be a king capture. Just any sort of move here, any passing move for red can. And now, think you could push your pawn here? He's going to force the king over in this direction. And yeah. Red could just make a whole bunch of passing moves now. Red's king's in a safe place. He just needs to keep his bishop on board. However, it must be noted that red cannot at any time blunder any sort of green pawn push check with his bishop hanging. Otherwise, that would be trouble. So the red bishop actually has to stay away from the blue king in this case. I think it could support a pawn push, but blue bishop could get involved. Ooh. Yeah, careful. This move right here is actually forcing the king to go out this way. But it's going to be too late, actually. The king can go here. I have to be careful of self-stalemate still. And now the yellow king has to go here, I think. He wants to hold on, but he doesn't have to. So yeah, now red king is no longer in danger. At worst, I think this will be a draw. They have to keep giving checks. This is just one, and Valger has finally thrown in the towel. It is now 3-1, ladies and gentlemen. H3, usual opening. Oleg with Sicilian now, and standard Sicilian. Sicilian Karakan, Rezak's Raku variation. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, that was that. Okay, we're reviewing this last game. Queen A10 would have been a pin on the blue bishop. That would have been a mighty interesting. Ooh, that was very hard to find. There's almost. Oh, okay, yeah. I think we could sack the knight, can we not? Sack the knight? Yeah, sack the knight. There we go. There's a check and then a queen here or something. Winning the queen and or doing a double check or something. So defend and also sack if necessary. take here possibly, and then check, and then I think that's slow. I think you attack the queen right now. Yeah, I think you attack the queen right now. And then the yellow queen could block here if necessary. Maybe the queen could go here. Ooh, oh no, the green bishop can now check. So now yellow has to put his rook here. Ooh, put his rook here. Rook, oh, rook to d8, rook to d8. He sees it. He sees it. Go rook d8. Rook d8. It's a free check on blue, and then the pawn can push itself. This will definitely be a highlight. I'll probably only put up certain amounts of commentary here because I am always checking on my Woman FM and GM on their commentary. Thanks again. Castle move. That was very safe. Not the first castle of the match, actually. It was like the first game or something. I think there was a castle in a queenless game. So now, to get on the back file or to just trade off the rooks. Oh, I think you have to take there because your bishop is under attack. Yeah, now the bishop takes back, and now yellow has a little bit more freedom now to get his bishop off of the... Ooh, I think this is not going to be very fun for... Oh yeah, the rook can block here now. That wasn't it. Oh, I think I know what their plan is. They're going to push the pawn, and then they're going to do this. We're still in the middle game here. Now, red's bishop is about to get involved on blue, so this is going to be very difficult for blue. Because now red has bishops, and the pawn can push. Oh, there's a check, and oh no, I really don't like. I really don't like that check. I think pawn push was better. I don't think it was a good move to check with the yellow bishop. I think pawn push was the move, and then check with the red bishop, and then win the bishop. Ah. The blue rook could have captured here. That was just, I don't think that was. Yeah, red had a double check here, and well, I don't think this is. Yeah. Yellow checks. I think it's fine. And not that check, but I don't think that check was necessary. I think there was a cleaner way to do this for red and yellow. No. Man, still why? Pawn push. Pawn push. Pawn push. There we go. Oh, bishop blocks. Oh, and that pawn is in the way of that. I think, yeah, I don't like that pawn push. I don't like that bishop move. I think it was. Wait. Oh, he can take. Oh no, that red move, that was not the best move. No. That red bishop should have stayed right where it was. Oh, but then the red bishop could block. And it's a pin. He has to take. That's 2 checks, and now red and yellow are winning. And it is just over. And here's our rematch. Okay, this is the main line, modern Sicilian Carol Khan. With Oleg Barantsev, this is a Queen's variation, played often by Liquid Sun, a recent number 6 finisher of the championship series, who actually have won a game against Natsisi before. Going for something quick, huh? If the knight goes here and the queen gets removed from the defense of this, then that could be a problem for Raku. So that must have been a mouse slip, and this number 6 game could be. And now he blunders. Oh, this is a cheap trick. I think it's going for a cheap trick. But now it's just over. It's just a cheap trick. Yeah, it is green who gets mated first here, and now this will be 4-2. But it was also very crippling for green nonetheless. It was, yeah. So there we go, 4-2. We're now finished with day 1 because of a mouse slip, but it was also very tough. Oh, they jokes about the shipwreck, which Raku means shipwreck.